guys, what is going on? Joseph Fulmer here, and I am really excited today because, as you can see, I've got a little work table here full of packages. We're going to go through them here in just a second. I'm going to show you what's in them. But as we're doing that, please do me a huge favor. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to rate it when it's all over with. And if you haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button while we're doing this. And that way, if you hit the notification bell after you subscribe, you can get notifications on all my upcoming videos. Now, all of the stuff that's sitting on the table, other than my camera gear down here on the end, is all pieces and parts that I need. If you saw the last video, put a card right up here for it, for the catastrophic failure in the rear end of my Honda Valkyrie, which I don't know if you can see it in the shot or not, but it's sitting right over here. And hopefully everything I have here is what I will need to put it back together. So we're going to go through and we're going to unbox this stuff in this video and then follow along for some subsequent videos, and I'm going to take you through tearing it down and putting it all back together because there's a lot of work to be done, and we're also going to do some other basically maintenance modifications, I guess you could say, while we're doing that. So first things first, I guess we will start down here on this end with this package. This package is from Red Eye Technical Services, and you can look them up online. They don't have a website here, but I actually found them online and bought this. And this should be the Red Eye de-smog kit for the Honda Valkyrie. So keep your eyes open. I'm going to do a full video on putting the de-smog kit on the bike. Let me see if I get this package open here without completely destroying it. So in here, the total for this de-smog kit from Red Eye was $62.25 US. That included shipping, so it was $53.95 plus $8.30 shipping to get it to me. And as you can see, it comes nicely packaged with the contents and all the information, all of the new plugs that you're going to need as you remove and de-smog the bike, and it's all there. I'm going to say, without opening this up, because there's a lot of small O-rings and Teflon seals and bolts and hold down clips. I mean, everything you need to do this is in this kit. And it looks like all these pieces are polished aluminum. It's a really nice kit. A lot of the Valkyrie guys have already used the Red Eye kits, and they rave over them. So that's what's in that box. This box I already opened up this morning, and this box, all this box contains are power balance in a bag. So I'm gonna show you. That's what it is. And keep an eye out for my video on my new dark side tire. I did mount that this evening at work, and instead of trying to use weight and a balancer, we used balance beads. These are ceramic beads. These came in 6-ounce bags. You're supposed to throw this whole bag in the tire. I dumped in about 3 ounces because it shouldn't take any more than about 3 ounces to balance that tire out. The last tire I had on there, I don't even think it took 1.25 ounces to balance it. So 3 ounces should be more than plenty. But that's what's in this box, so I'm not going to dive into that one. Now, this box right here, believe it or not, contains $430 worth of parts. So for $430 bucks, I'm going to open it up. Actually, I think it might have been a little more than that, and show you what we've got. Now, I ordered all these parts. I paid for all these parts. Nobody's sponsoring this video, but I got these through cheapcycleparts.com. Now, I did look on Revzilla. Oh shoot, there's another website. I don't remember the name of the other website now, but I checked. I was looking on both the websites, and there were a few parts that are in this box that I could not find on some of the other websites. And these are actually all factory Honda parts. So there's the bag. And holy cow. Let's open this sucker up because I am going, this is where I have, okay, we've got shock bushings. I should have 4 shock bushings for the rear shocks. I have a, trying to remember, I'll actually have to go through my part number, but, okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. I believe those are the bolts for the, basically the plate that covers the drive dampers. Should be 6 of these O-rings, I do believe. 1. Yeah, these are my O-rings for my intake runners. Wheel bearing. This is the thrust washer. This is the thrust washer for the rear, goes in with the rear drive flange. One of the O-rings. I've got a couple of grommets here for the side covers that are getting worn out. I have port bushings because we're going to be rebuilding the front ports, probably not right away, but over the winter. I have the 2 front wheel bearings with dust seals. We're going to be doing those as well over the winter. Another shock bushing, and let's see, should be a shift shaft seal, dust seal for one of the wheel bearings, another wheel bearing. Oh, you know what? These 2, I do believe, are going to be my swing arm bearings, because we are going to be doing swing arm bearings. These are the rear wheel bearings. I'll have to look up the part numbers. I don't remember exactly what those are right off the top of my head. A lot of these, I've got some different seals. Okay, these are all fork seal kits. That should be an O-ring for part of the rear drive. I think those are going to be the same O-rings for the rear drive. I actually was able to get a new chrome rear brake reservoir cover. Mine broke down here at the bottom bolt, and they actually have the chrome covers at Cheap Cycle Parts. I was able to get one of those, which is actually kind of nice. More fork guides, fork bushings. The rest of them, anyway, should be 4. A couple more O-rings, and 2 exhaust studs to hold the exhaust on. I've got one that was broken. I went ahead and ordered a second one just so I would have a spare in case another one broke. So that's all that was in that bag. This one, let's see. This one is also from Cheap Cycle Parts. This was just a few things that I forgot to put on the first order. So, and I think this order was about $55. Cheap Cycle Parts is nice. They've got a code free 99 that you can use. Any orders over $99, you get free shipping. Another dust seal for wheel bearings. Another O-ring that I'd forgotten to order the first time. The front, these are the front wheel bearings. Dust seal, and I say it looks like another dust seal. And I'll have to look up these part numbers to remember exactly where each one goes. Not a big deal. They had them all listed by part numbers online, so I just need to I need to print out what I ordered, and it should have all the part numbers. So that was all from Cheap Cycle Parts. You can see that should be all the small parts and pieces and seals that I need to put my rear end back together. And we are going to be installing new swing arm bearings, and I'm going to show you exactly why when we get that far. But that's what these are the new swing arm bearings. Now, this box I did order directly from Honda. This was the first part that I got in, and it is it is the new drive flange for the rear end of the bike. And I ordered this and was going to start putting it all together, and that's when I realized I had a lot of other parts I needed. Now, my original drive flange, these are the splines that stripped off, and you can see this one actually does come. I believe I actually ordered this O-ring from Cheap Cycle Parts, not realizing it came with it, but it does have the O-ring here that you need, and no, it does not have the one on that side. That is a brand new OE Honda drive flange. That sucker is ridiculously expensive. And then we have this package. Yeah. Inside of it is another package. And this one is actually from GB Automotive. Oh, it's a little rough. Okay, GB Motorcycle Products. They sent me some business cards. They have an eBay shop. It is GB Motorcycle Products on eBay. Website is www.gbmotorcycleproducts.com, all one word. And it is the tool for the lock nut on the rear swing arm. Now, this is a special tool that you can either order from Honda or, as I did, found it online. And you have to have this tool in order to properly torque the lock nut on the left side of the swing arm on a Honda Valkyrie. And actually, I do believe this same tool, they use a similar lock nut on the VTXs, the Shadows. I don't know if it's the same size or not, but in order to properly torque it, you're going to need this. So I ordered that. Anyway, that is what I have here on the table for us to unbox. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay with me. You're going to see me go through, and we're going to work in stages to actually tear down the rear end. I'm going to have to pull the swing arm out. I've already torn it down this far in the original video. The shocks are going to come off. We're going to put new bushings in the shocks. We're going to pull the swing arm out. We're going to put new swing arm bearings up here in the front at the swing arm pivot. Back behind this cap, there are bearings for the swing arm, and it's going to be kind of hard to tell here. Oops, sorry. It's going to be kind of hard to tell here, but especially with it on this jack. But there is, I don't know if I can hold this. There is just a little bit of side play in this, and I can feel it clunk back and forth. And I was also under acceleration. I was feeling the rear end of the bike very slightly walk to one side, and that would be caused by a loose swing arm bearing. So that's why we're going to pull the swing arm bearings. Oh, excuse me, there we go. That's why we're going to pull the swing arm bearings and replace them. I'll show you how to do that. We're also going to pull the rear wheel bearings and seals, replace these. The fronts I'm going to do later on. As you can see, brand new dark side tire, just mounted it this evening. On this side, all of these are going to get replaced. I replaced the drive dampers previously, so I need to replace all of these bolts. You can see how the heads up, that when the drive flange started walking around, it just chewed the heads off of them. Got a new wheel bearing for this side. We're going to replace it. And then, like I was saying, the red eye, the de-smog, is going to eliminate these tubes and the pair valve that's in there under the carburetor, and it comes with new plugs for these. I'm going to do this while I have the exhaust off, because the tube that runs down underneath the head, you have to have the exhaust out of your way in order to get that one out. So while the exhaust is off, we're going to do that. I also have new O-rings for underneath the intake runners, because as you can hopefully see in this shot, this one, you see that dark residue around that intake runner. That O-ring is more than likely leaking, and I have one or two others that are very similar to that, so I want to replace those. Unfortunately, I was going to buy a new alternator cover, but they're really stinking expensive, and I was already spending enough money at this point, so I figured I'd stop while I was ahead. I can always replace that later. But we're going to go through that, the front end of the bike, the forks, and the front wheel bearings we're going to do later over the winter. But at the moment, I want to get it back on the road. So we're going to get it back on the road, and then once the snow starts flying, we'll get this done. So do me a favor, guys. Like I said, please subscribe to the channel, rate the video, share it with your friends, and stay tuned as we tear into the Valkyrie and get it put back together so I can get it back on the road and get back to riding again. It's been way too long sitting in the garage. So, and don't forget, guys, get out there and get your hands dirty. Might have a little fun doing it. We will see you on the next one.